The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
C.D. Lamb, touchdown.
End zone, Jake Ferguson. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez, and Kyle Youmans.
It's a Talkin Tuesday edition of Talkin Cowboys presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, live from the Star in Frisco, Texas, in the SWBC studios. Welcome in, everybody. We've got Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez with Chris Beam in the back. I'm Kyle Youmans, and since it's a Talkin Tuesday, you know what to do.
You know what to do. 888-855-2297. Call 888-TLK-CBYS.
I guess Isaiah's not here. He forgot about the bit.
What's the bit?
Call me now.
No.
That's what I was thinking.
My bad.
It's okay. It's all good. But you did give the information, which was
Yeah.
great. 888 That's Talkin Tuesday, baby.
Yeah.
We are ready to rock. Thank you, Chris.
Beamer.
Call me now.
Give us a call. We will answer those starting in the second segment. But before that, Jerry Jones just got off the phone.
He did.
With 105.3 The Fan,
He did.
flagship station of the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, he did.
And there were some convos,
Whoa.
multiple combos. Now, I give credit to Sean, RJ, Bobby. They kept peppering questions about trades. Just kept on peppering, trying to get somewhat. And Jerry Jones did a great job of kind of deflecting a lot of that. But you can still read in between the lines that there's wheels turning whenever it comes to this stuff.
There is. And like you said, shouts out to those three guys because they were just hammering at it.
Man.
And he was just batting them away as best he
And they
could.
were trying to get creative.
And they even threw some names out there that we can't say on the show.
No.
Oh, wow.
But they threw a couple pass rushers out there whose
Seriously?
names have been tied to the Cowboys. And
He
they asked him. Yeah.
Jerry.
Oh, okay.
They did.
Yeah.
And they asked him if he could provide some clarity, and he was like, no.
No. Straight up. He goes,
He's
no.
like, no.
Good for him. Yeah, that would be tampering if he did.
And he did a lot of subterfuge as far as like when Bobby asked him about linebackers, possibly entertaining a trade to add to the linebacker core, and he was like, not necessarily. No, absolutely not. But then you never know. And he laughed and he was like, how's that answer for you? So that just tells you, But when you combine what little they were able to pull out of Jerry Jones in conjunction with what 105.3 The Fan was able to speak to and with Stephen Jones about yesterday, they've been making calls. I mean, Stephen Jones told the Fan yesterday that they had called every one of the other 31 teams. Now, of course, he painted it with the broad stroke of saying, that's just us doing our due diligence and seeing what's out there. But they're on the phone. They're on the phone, bottom line.
And remember, their whole...
And so are you. Call in. Talking Cowboys.
There you go. That's it.
Hey-o.
I can sprinkle that in there.
Nice.
The whole thought process from the Jones family is a lot of times, especially when it comes to the draft, that they want the phone to ring. But the fact that they are being aggressive at least shows that they see the problem too. And I feel like anybody can see the problem. I feel like that's an obvious thing.
Yeah, Steve.
It's not hard to diagose.
No, they see the problem and they want to find
It's a Matt
deal that's
Eberflus defense.
right for them.
You can see what they're doing.
Yeah. So it at least gives a little bit of clarity, the fact that there could be something done. The weird part about it is now we're less than 7 days away
Correct.
from the NFL trade deadline. It's a week from today, right? Tuesday afternoon.
Tuesday afternoon.
So, yeah, we are 7 days away, and you'll have
Ring anybody?
less than 24 hours from
That's what's key.
Monday Night Football
That's what's key.
and what happens on Monday against the Cardinals to then turn around and make a deal.
Right.
You're going into your bye week, which is good.
Yeah.
However, not a lot of time to make a decision.
Well, they said deadlines make deals, and that's rarely more true within the NFL than with this organization.
Yes.
So, Jerry was also asked because he said, Jerry did, after the Broncos lost, he said that game in and of itself doesn't color their thought process as far as how they would approach the trade deadline. I honestly don't know that I believe that,
Yeah,
because I don't know that how you watch that game and then say to yourself, let's just watch that. That doesn't really affect. I don't see how you say that.
Yeah.
But he did. Believe it if you choose to. It's up to you. I don't. But that being said, if you lose this game to the Cardinals, I don't see how you're not on. If you're of the mindset, if you're on team, you can save this season. If you're on that team, and the front office is going to be on that team if they lose to the Cardinals, then I don't see how you're on that team and then don't get on the phone and try to make a deal at the deadline.
I don't know, man. When you're looking at it microscopically, how we are week to week and, result by result, game by game, in terms of how they look at it, I mean, they're kind of like the Bene Gesserit in Dune. It's like they think in centuries. You know what I mean? Wow. They're thinking long term in this way.
My man.
But if you're looking at the season as a whole, you haven't had a repeat performance this entire season.
Yep.
Right.
The season is literally what the Cowboys are: loss, win, loss, tie, win, loss, win, loss. And by the way, last week you won 44-22. This last week you lost 24-44.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Almost completely flipped.
You were literally
Definition of
mid.
inconsistency.
You are mid right now. So it should be no surprise to them. They built the roster. They know the personnel. They're not performing to the level that they expected at this point. So yeah, I don't see how the Broncos' loss could affect you in a way to be like, oh, well, sell, or buy. It is the result of what you've built. So now you have to make decisions. The deadline is here.
Yeah.
But they've said on many occasions that everybody else's deadline is not necessarily their deadline. Deadlines make deals. This is absolutely true. But if they're not willing to, in the next 2 or 3 days, make a trade that will impact this team, what else can we expect? It's up in the air. I'm frustrated.
You have
man.
to, and you should be, as we all are. You have to do something. If you are of the mindset, and again, there are two trains of thought here. All right, so choose the train that you want to, travel down the tracks with. One train of thought is season's over. Let's focus on the draft. Keep your draft picks. Build for the future.
Yeah.
Reload the defense. If that's your train of thought, so be it. If your train of thought is the other one, which is you can save the season. You don't want to waste the window of Dak Prescott in this play. You don't know if George Pickens is going to return for next season. You want to take advantage of this offensive firepower while you can.
Yeah.
You have to do something. So be it trade and or go out into free agency. You have guys in free agency, particularly at the safety position. I mean, news and notes. Would you like a news and note about your safety position?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay, well, Elijah Clark, per Brian Schottenheimer, is going to be out a couple of weeks.
Oh.
You just lost another safety. So let me recap. Malik Hooker is on injured reserve, and Shotty said yesterday that this is not the week that Malik's 21-day practice window will begin. So Malik Hooker is still on IR. Donovan Wilson missed last week's game. We don't know if he's going to play this game. DeJuan Thomas has now missed 2 games with migraines, and that's a real tenuous situation. We don't know if he's going to be able to play.
It's a developing thing for him.
It's a developing thing, and it's new to him. I had that conversation with him, so he's trying to figure out how to manage migraines because he's not had them until recently. So from a safety position, you have Marquise Bell. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you expecting me to continue? You have Marquise Bell.
That's it.
I mean, you had to put your nickel corner, Reddy Stewart, back at safety. So I say that to say, I think you have to do a combination of things. I think you have to look into a trade scenario, and you have to dip your foot into free agency right now if you're of the train of thought that you can save this season.
I think, and just to play off of your point, and I said this yesterday, with the way that we've gotten here as a franchise, as an organization, I don't think anybody before the season was realistically saying this roster is an 11, 12, 13 wins team. Nobody said that. It was more like 7, 8, 9, depending on who you talk to.
I was of the mind that you could
maybe get to 10.
I was of the mind that with a healthy Dak Prescott, you could win 10 games easily.
There you go.
But you probably also have Micah on this team.
Before the season.
Yeah, before the season.
That's fair. But we also didn't anticipate the offense being as high-powered as it has been. We knew it was going to be good. Did we anticipate it being a number 1, number 2 offense in the country? Probably not. But then you didn't realize this defense would be a bottom 1, bottom 2 defense in the league as well. You thought it would be somewhat serviceable. And we've had that conversation plenty. So with all that to be said, how we've gotten here is now you're looking at Dak Prescott's window of really good football. And so I said it yesterday, you have to do something. You can't just sit on your hands. You're either going to have to build toward next year and the year after that by making a move that encompasses 26 and 27, much like they did with the Micah trade, or go all in on your defense right now. Because your offense, as long as you've got extra possessions, I have no problem on the offensive side of the ball. So I think you're at a corporation crossroads right now, a campaign crossroads whenever it comes to how are you going to handle this. And it's
like that.
A lot of that's going to happen over this next 7 days.
Yes, indeed.
Whatever this campaign is going to be for the Cowboys is happening between now and, 3 p.m. Central Time?
3 p.m. Central Time. 4 p.m.
Next week. Next Tuesday. So there's a crossroads that you're at right now, and you got to find which way you decide to go down. I don't know which way they're going to go. I know I would go toward let's not waste the MVP window. And let's not waste what Dak has been doing throughout this season. I know he came off a bad game, and there were a lot of comments yesterday. Oh, my God, it's Dak Prescott again. Stop it. He was playing at an incredibly high level. Use that as you continue.
And if that's the case, what do you do right now? What 2 positions do you grab?
Got to get a pass rusher.
Pass rusher and
saying
safety.
that.
So do you trade for a pass rusher?
Yes.
And then free agency? Is that involved in your decision making at all?
I don't know how many free agents that are on the street are going to just come in and be a
not a pass
playmaker
rusher,
at safety or really
Safety.
anywhere.
Okay.
I mean, who are
I think you need an impact guy at the edge. And
Yes.
you need a stabilizer at safety. Now
I need a linebacker. I need another cornerback.
I just don't see them.
I don't think they're
trading for a
upgrading
linebacker because
linebacker.
there's one on the way that's kind of a big deal. And whether you like it or not, the expectation will be the expectation.
I need about 9 to 10 guys on defense. How's that?
extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that far out. I know they're bad, and I know the statistics are bad, but I don't think they're that far out. I think if you get some level and resemblance of a pass rush that is capable of opening things up, then I think you're going to start to see the play of Dante Fowler Jr. take a step forward, the play of Donovan Ezaraku take a step forward. Marshawn Nealon doesn't have to put pressure on himself to be a pass rusher, and he can kind of just defend the run like he was drafted to do. There's a lot of things that will happen if you get one pass rusher, an elite level pass rusher, which is going to cost you in the middle of the season. It's going to cost you.
Mm-hmm.
However, the safety position, corner, whatever you do, if you want to trade a day 2, day 3 pick to get there, then maybe you do it. But I don't think there's that guy just out there on the open market right now.
I would argue you could definitely improve by getting another guy in the middle and not necessarily a pass rusher.
Sure.
Because I think
Absolutely you
doing
could
that
improve.
would cost you less because they're not trading 2 1s for an interior defense.
So you're saying do that instead of a pass rusher?
Yes.
Oh, man. I still think you need a pass rusher.
You got to have a pass rusher because that, to Kyle's point, and I've said it.
If you can control the line of scrimmage and stop the run permanently.
Defense from
you're talking about interior defensive line. I thought you were talking about middle, as in like linebacker.
No.
Oh, that's how I took it also. So
I'm fine with that too. I'm okay with that too. If you're controlling the defensive front, but the argument that I had the other day, or the debate that I had the other day with Isaiah, was you've had the best interior defensive line play you've had in decades,
and now it's not holding up.
and it's not
because there is no threat of a pass rush.
Correct.
One begets the other.
Correct.
But I'm saying if you have another guy, solidified guy next to Kenny Clark that is able to stop the run, absolutely stop it, the outside will feast. I think I have an inkling of opportunity there. Because I'm not forgetting about what James Houston was able to provide. Mm-hmm. And Perion Winfrey, like if we saw what we saw from training camp and what we saw from preseason, if he's healthy enough to get back this year, I mean that's a plus. That's on the plus side. If he gets back, I haven't heard anything about him. You know.
Same. Neither have I.
There might be a reason for that.
Maybe there is a point to be made that you're making. In that there are instances where, okay, if you drop another impact guy on that defensive tackle in that defensive tackle room and you put him next to Kenny Clark, okay, I see where you're going with that. I see what you're cooking. But more often than not, you have to look at the fact that even when the run defense through, let's say, the first 4, 5-ish games. The run defense
Before Carolina?
Yeah, the run defense.
Yes.
Or before New York, because Breece Hall played
I'll say that. But now you're starting to see what's happening. For example, J.K. Dobbins, a lot of his runs were attacking the
Yes,
outside,
absolutely.
right? So, yeah, throw another body at the defensive tackle. It looks great, sounds great. It will work as far as keeping them from running A-B, but hit C. Right? Test your edges. Your edges are not playing well in defending the run, and they're not rushing the passer. So for me, it's, you ask Osa to take the step up, Solly to take the step back up. So those guys plus Kenny Clark, that trio was doing work in the first 4 games. You ask those guys to do work again, but in helping them do that, you add an impact, not just an impact, but a game-breaking pass rush, which then combines with that also helps your linebackers, also helps your secondary, shortens the coverage windows if you can get into more coverage. And then the safety issue that you have depth-wise and performance-wise becomes masked much more. So then if you say, I want to trade for this costly pass rusher.
Yeah.
I don't want to trade for a costly pass rusher and for a costly safety. Fine. Cool.
Yeah.
Give me a
You're probably
costly
not gonna
pass
get both.
rusher, and then you go and get a capable, veteran, proven safety to stabilize that unit back there, and now you're cooking. Or maybe like you do what Kyle just said. You give a day 3 pick away, and then maybe you can
A 4th round pick can get you a pretty good safety.
You know what? Because you're going to get comp picks anyway, and this team loves the fact that they have the comp picks, and you can flip those comp picks. So there's ways to make this happen. You just need to go make it happen.
But I think there's no argument that you need extra pieces on defense that you currently
100%.
do not have.
Yeah.
And I think that's the crux of it. And that would be the problem if a week from now nothing has happened.
That's where I'm at. You got to do something. You can't just sit here
Where you're poking it with the stick.
Yes, please just do something. And Josh brings up great points, and he made the joke at the beginning of the segment of you need a corner, you need a safety, you need a linebacker, you need a defensive tackle, you need an edge rusher. They need all of it.
Yeah.
But where is it going to give you the most bang for your buck right now with what you do have? And that's where I lean pass rusher because I think it opens everything up. I agree with you. Adding an extra 3 tech that can stop the run, awesome. But you can't give up your entire future to try and trade for 5 or 6 guys on the defensive side and one of them to be included as a 3 tech.
100%. I'm just not willing to part with those ones quite yet. I'm willing to take.
I feel you.
I'm willing to take a bet on a
I have
3
the
or a
internal-
4 or a
I'm
2.
taking one of those ones, putting them in one of Isaiah's paper airplanes, and I'm sending that thing out. And let's see what it hooks, and let's reel it
One of those AFC teams.
Let's see what it hooks.
Is it ours or is it Green Bay's? It's Green Bay's. And
Yes, one of Green Bay's because it's going to be.
And don't trade your 27 first, please.
Yeah, don't.
If you don't, because that draft's going to be nuts. All right. I'm with you. I have the internal struggle.
And I'm
If they
with
are
you
gonna do
guys.
it, I think we're all on
together.
the same page. This
Something.
defense,
Do something.
This defense is not good, and
That's
you
the
need
title.
to do something.
That's the title.
No, I like Campaign Crossroads. I like that.
I like that.
Hey.
That was a bar.
That was a bar.
All right, when we come back, we're going to give you the chance to drop some bars on this show. 888-855-2297. It's a Talkin' Tuesday. We're taking phone calls from Talkin' Cowboys Nation and from the family. I try it every time.
We got to do it different.
We're going to get it. Yeah. All right. We'll be back with more Talkin' Cowboys right after this.
Call me now.
I'm home.
Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you...
Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impact 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
If you're looking for fresh American roasted coffee that gives back, you need to head to your local grocery store and pick up a bag of Black Rifle coffee. That's right, America's coffee is now available in the coffee aisle of a grocery store near you. Black Rifle Coffee Company is veteran-founded with a mission to give back to those brave men and women who have served our nation. Every bag, box, or can you purchase helps support that mission. Head to your local grocery store and roast yourself some Black Rifle coffee today.
Every day begins with a promise to work hard and to build a future. That's why we're here, providing the tools, expertise, and John Deere equipment you have relied on for generations to help you get the job done right. We're with you. That's our promise to you, because no matter the project or the challenge you're facing,
We're with you. We're united.
How's it going? You see that Cowboys game?
Oh, I watched. Been seeing some good things.
Totally. They have some talent.
Yup, some great talent.
And they got some fight.
Hoping this is the year.
Me too. Oh, I'm Cody, by the way.
I'm Travis.
Nice to meet you, Travis. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys!
Make a new friend based solely on their shirt choice. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys, this segment is brought to you by Invisalign, the official smile of the Dallas Cowboys. We're smiling through it all here for Cowboys
Our best.
Nation. Patrik Nosey Walker.
Tommy smiling.
Josh Rodriguez.
Tommy was smiling.
What was that? What are we doing, Tommy?
I don't know, man.
The screenshot yesterday, and if you haven't seen it yet, go to Josh's Twitter. Josh close-upped everybody that was in the middle of our wide shot to start.
And I didn't know because you're talking
I was in the middle of the open, so don't need. But
Patrick's face said it all.
Yep,
my face said it all.
Angry,
and then Tommy's like,
he's like,
The only thing missing out of Tommy's close-up headshot was his teeth.
Yeah,
it was the only thing missing,
and a thumbs up.
Yep, he just come on, Tommy.
Come on, Tommy.
I did say
read the room.
I
Tommy.
said he is the model of consistency because every day
he's just happy to be here.
He's just happy to be here. He's
glass half full kind of guy.
Absolutely.
It might go to what Melvin just said in the chat. He said the family is splintering.
That's what we were doing yesterday for sure. But I was saying it helps to not be a fan of the team, because Tommy's just going to work basically, right?
Melvin kind of stews the splintering though. He's master splinter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chat.
We see you, Melvin.
Oh yeah.
Of the Foot.
All right.
Of the Foot Clan.
It's time for Talking Tuesday. Let's start things off. This is going to be great. I love it when this guy calls in. This is Dano in Florida.
Hey.
What's up, Dano? Welcome back.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Great.
Good.
Hey, let me preface this by saying you're talking to a real pissed off fan at this point.
Love it.
Bring it.
And when I refer to the front office, I'm referring to one man and one man only, and that's Jerry Jones, who I believe his commitment to mediocrity is outstanding. Okay, you're going to wind up wasting some damn good guys on offense.
Mm-hmm.
He's done that before. DeMarcus Ware is a prime example. Romo is a prime example. He's wasted their careers in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone back and I've looked at I've looked at every game. And this is my grades on the defensive side of the ball. DL, a D-, linebackers, a D+, secondary, an F-, coaching, an F-. And defensive football, any football, it's technique, scheme, talent, coaching. That's what it comes down to. And when I watch these guys, forget the scheme. I don't think anybody understands what Eberflus is trying to do. At least I don't. And I'm of the opinion that he is a deer in the headlights when you see him on the sideline. He looks confused. This is just me. He looks confused. He looks like, he's not 3 plays ahead. That's what it looks like. I was wondering why he hasn't gone in the booth yet to be able to look down at how he's being attacked rather than being at field level, which is much harder to see. But so I go back to that: technique, scheme, talent, and coaching. Do we have the talent? More so yes than no, I believe. Okay, but it's a bit of a crapshoot. All right. Technique. I watch these guys, and back in the day, when I was in college, if you got double teamed, you got underneath that double team, you created a pile. You weren't getting blown off the ball. You wanted the linebackers to be able to clean up. Now it's in college, at the college level, I see these guys that get to a knee, and it's almost the same type of a technique. You don't get blown off the ball. You get underneath the blocker. I'm watching guys the other week, not this past week, but a couple weeks prior. The tackles looked like they were lined up in the B gap, like inside shoulder to tackle. Well, Jesus, my mother could run through that hole. All right. And I'm going to throw something out because I think Eberflus should be gone. Rex Ryan, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He's out there. He may be a bit of a wild card, but you know what? He knows defensive football. He does. And I'm of the opinion, if you want to try and salvage this team this year, you got to do something.
I agree.
And I think again, and I think Eberflus has probably lost the defensive players. If I was a player, he lost me. He lost me. And so that's all I got, guys. I see. I see no shaking his head. So
we love you, Dano.
Appreciate the call as always, Dano,
and understand your feeling for sure.
Yeah, I get the frustration, and I get he's not alone. By the way, there are a lot of fans that feel that way.
Oh, he was cooking.
He absolutely was.
Except that Rex.
There's a lot to unpack there. Where do you want to start? You want to start? He talked about. I know you wanted to say something about the talent level. He feels like yes, the talent is there on defense.
I think he was saying for the roster, but was it specifically defense?
I thought he was talking defense.
I mean, to be fair, he was talking about how the ownership has probably wasted,
offensive guys. Because of the defensive talent. I
mean, I would argue somebody's putting that together. Like there's a reason you have so many talented players on this roster. It's not clicking for a multitude of reasons, and you can't pinpoint it to one guy in particular. I really don't feel that way, and it's not that I'm getting paid to say that. That is my personal opinion. I think you don't have the personnel on defense.
We've talked about the X's and O's and the roster building of this front office before with very much so clarity and ability to
and criticism
talk about
and praise when praise is due. It's an amalgam of those things, but genuinely you don't have guys on defense. You don't have the personnel that is going to get you where you need to go because there are players that are taking plays off. There are players that are not getting off of their blocks when they absolutely need to.
I said it yesterday.
You can't teach effort.
No.
How many times does Isaiah have to tell us this before it really locks in?
Yeah.
Not to us, because of course we're listening and we're watching tape and we understand these things, but to those guys out there, effort is not taught.
Yeah.
You have to get guys that have that.
And Jadeveon Clowney,
in
he called out Jadeveon Clowney for lack of effort on the RJ Harvey touchdown run in postgame, and it's apparent. Like
there were a couple. I mean,
he wasn't alone.
When you go back and look at that film, there were a couple. There's Kyer Elam. He's one in particular on a couple of those J.K. Dobbins plays. I'm expecting him to crash down and help, and I don't know, felt like you were trying to avoid.
I don't know, Jim.
Looks like it was a business decision.
There are multiple guys that are afraid of contact.
Looks like it was a business decision.
I think our running back from Texas. I think our running back from Texas is also afraid of contact.
It could possibly be. I will say, Dano cooked. He cooked in a lot of ways.
Okay.
I'm going to speak to the one thing he didn't cook on. This is why I was shaking my head. Keep Rex Ryan away. Just keep him away. I realize it's the the big name, it's the flashy name, it's the sexy name, et cetera, et cetera. And
it's the name people know.
It's the name people know, and Rex has tried to leverage himself through the media over these past couple of
that guy
coaching cycles, like
desperate to try and get in this building.
And he's a caricature of what you'd expect out of a defensive-minded coach.
But I think what people are looking at when those who are on the Rex Ryan train, they're looking at the yesteryear of Rex Ryan. They're looking at peak Rex Ryan. And I've said this, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. Time fades pictures for people. So what people fail to remember, they remember, he got Mark Sanchez and the Jets to the AFC Championship game on a couple of occasions. He absolutely did. How things go in Buffalo. My point being that as we sit here and have this conversation in 2025, you're trying to tell me for those that are on the Rex Ryan train. And otherwise, Dano, you cooked. But this is where we got to square up, respectfully. Rex Ryan hasn't coached in almost a decade. So if you want a modern-minded coach, I get it. You want the old-school ball coach. Great. You had that in Mike Zimmer. How'd that work out? Okay? It takes more than just simply saying you're a hard-nosed, old-school, spurrier-type ball coach in order to come in and fix a defense that's this bad. You have to be able to do that, plus modernize it, to today's standards, because offensive nowadays, they are so complex because and the league is legislated toward helping offenses score points. You can't just simply drop in a Rex Ryan who hasn't coached in almost a decade and say, oh, well, 15 years ago he did a thing. Congrats on doing that thing 15 years ago, almost anyway. But that's not going to fix it here. But what you will get is more drama.
Yeah.
Because it's Rex. You had his brother Rob here. How'd that turn out? It was one of the worst defenses in the history of the franchise. Bless you. So I'm out. I could not be more out on Rex Ryan. But as far as everything else you said, Dano, I'm with you on that. I don't know that I agree. Actually, I don't agree with the personnel stance if you were in fact saying it's a defensive thing. So if your point was defense has the personnel.
Yeah, and I may have missed the clarity.
I think
on that.
Pockets they have the personnel, but they don't have all of them, which is why we're saying you need
I don't think they have
a
personnel.
safety stabilizer or something.
No, and
I don't think they have. I said it 100%. Yesterday. Multiple years now, multiple defensive coordinators, and we're all sitting here saying the same thing. You can't stop the run. And if you don't get a pass rush, your secondary is a liability. So with all that being said, I think you just don't have the personnel here.
I don't think you have the personnel, and I don't
on
think,
the defensive side of the ball.
I don't think one coordinator is going to change the outlook and the identity of your defense right here, right now, with the personnel that is currently in place.
Switching your coordinator in the offseason may not have that impact.
You had an opportunity to kind of keep some continuity whenever, Al Harris was here.
Yeah.
And he left.
Yep.
And that was a choice to let him walk out the building when he had a rapport with the secondary as it was. Yeah. And
it wasn't a good choice, but it was a choice.
It was a choice to be made. Correct.
It was a choice on him.
Yeah,
well, it was a choice on him for a reason. And I mean, we're not going to make this the Al Harris segment, but we'll just simply say that, and we've got to be careful because he's under contract with another team.
Yeah.
But I will say that I do believe, in hindsight, I have to word this a certain way, and I'm wording it a certain way for a reason. Put me back in the tense of the offseason, and in the offseason, I was one of several, like you guys, who thought that Al Harris deserved more responsibility and deserved a look at defensive coordinator. He didn't get that look. Now he's in Chicago, and I'll leave it there. Hi, Al.
All right, let's hear from Mike in New York. What's up, Big Mike?
What's going on, guys? What's frustrating about the Cowboys is talking about it for many years. When was the last time the Cowboys actually had a good run defense? I've been watching this team for many years, and I know we talk about it all the time, but it's like, I know we talk about everything with the defense, of course, but when's the last time we actually had a good run defense? It's been a long time.
Yeah, it certainly has. What else is on your mind?
I just, like I said, like Jerry. He made his point on the post game. We need more than one player. So we got to do something. I mean, it's kind of then defense has to improve. We're the worst defense in the whole league. Like I understand that we didn't. We should have kept Parsons. We should have paid him, of course. But obviously, money, salary cap, and this and that. But we got to do something. We definitely two-way street. Definitely need secondary help. We injuries and this and that. Got to do something. We got to improve some way.
Yeah, appreciate you, Mike, as always. And he brings up a point there is when it comes to the Micah trade. You thought you were going to be a worse defense. You don't trade an elite, all-pro, possible future Hall of Fame pass rusher and think you're going to be better on the defensive side. But to go to the depths that they have on that unit so far, I think that's what's frustrating about the whole scenario.
Yeah, 100%. And I'll say this. It's interesting that it's a tale of two takes, okay? Because right now, after the Micah Parsons trade, you hear the front office and you hear some of the fans kind of towing that line saying, oh, well, you couldn't pay him and do ... Well, you tried to pay him. And the money you were trying to pay him would have negated the take that you have. I think that's just coping, really. I think it's just coping.
Yeah, I mean, they were ready to pay him.
They were ready to pay him. He made
41.
Jerry made the offer. It was substantial. It had substantial guaranteed money. So I just think that the regression of that conversation between the two and how things devolved and how it ended up going, at this point, there's cope involved on both sides, not just on the Cowboys side, because Micah he's still talking about the Cowboys.
Oh man,
God.
every
two bitter
media,
exes.
yeah.
Bitter exes. It's just like, oh
move
my
on,
God,
buddy.
Move on. Both of yous. Move on. But the fact of the matter remains, once you chose to trade Micah Parsons away, you just had to know that your defense was going to take a step back. But again, you did not know it was going to be this. And this is a good chunk of it is accountable to Matt Eberflus. A good chunk of it is accountable to the players and lack of execution, lack of effort, business decisions being made, injuries. I mean, you put all that in the pot, and you probably end up with the worst defense in the league. And oh, by the way, you do have the worst defense.
Let me ask you this. If you were in the GM shoes in that moment, and you could see halfway through the season to the NFL trade deadline and say, by that point, we're going to be 3-5-1, and the defensive unit is going to be historically one of the worst you've ever had in your organization's history, would you have still gone through with the Micah Parsons trade?
No.
I feel like right now you would say no, right?
I would have said no before, without the benefit of that foresight.
Yeah.
I would have said no because behind Micah Parsons, it was a lot of hope. And go ahead and say it for me.
Yeah, hope is not a strategy.
Hope is not a strategy. You hoped that Sam Williams, coming off of a torn ACL, would have a breakout season in a contract year. That's what you were hoping. You were hoping that Dante Fowler would replicate his career best success that he had with the Commanders. His most successful season with Dan Quinn with the Cowboys was as a rotational pass rusher. So you were hoping that you could possibly make Dante a full-timer.
Yeah.
You would get that replication. And it goes from there. You were hoping that Donovan Ezraku would hit the ground running as quickly as Micah Parsons did, which is an anomaly and probably not going to happen, and it's not happening. You were hoping Marshawn Nealon would take the step. All this hope.
Yeah.
That's not enough for me to look at Micah Parsons and say, okay, I'm good without you.
I would argue that it wasn't just hope, because you were seeing a lot of this at training camp and in the preseason. You were seeing a lot of those guys step up in ways that made you feel a little more comfortable.
I think my just so we're on the same page, my point of view comes from immediately post-draft. That's why I mentioned Donovan Ezraku.
Right.
So I'm looking like June.
Yeah, okay.
Before you go to training camp.
Gotcha.
It's hope for that point forward before you see anybody take a single snap.
And my purview here is from training camp when you're seeing those guys step up in big ways, and you're like, oh my God, is Donovan Ezraku that dude?
Yeah.
Because of how quick he's able to get off the line.
Dante had a hell of a training camp.
And granted, even Tommy was talking about how he's right there, he's getting there, he's almost there, but the actual results aren't where they need to be.
Yeah, I said this initially. I didn't like the Micah trade. I still think it opens you up and gives you flexibility for the future. And when it happened, I'm talking about when that trade came down prior to the season. I said it gives you a whole lot of possibilities, and they've already taken advantage of some of that. They signed Tyler Smith. They signed Deron Bland. Jake Ferguson was already done, but they've got options to possibly sign a George Pickens in the future, and then they've got the 2 first-round draft picks. Kenny Clark comes in. He's under contract for 3 years. All of the elements of the trade give you flexibility as an organization, which brings us right back to right now. You did not anticipate to be a better defense in 2025.
Correct.
This was a move for 26 and 27, but with the offense playing that it has been, that's where it's changed my mind, and it's like, you got to do something now. You got to do something again. All right, we got to take our second break. That's what we're doing right now. When we come back here on Talkin Cowboys, we've got Alan in Phoenix. It's a Talkin Tuesday. Hold on, Alan. We'll take your call momentarily. More Talkin Cowboys right after this.
How's it going? You see that Cowboys game?
Oh, I watched. Been seeing some good things.
Totally. They have some talent.
Yup, some great talent.
And they got some fight.
Hoping this is the year.
Me too. Oh, I'm Cody, by the way.
I'm Travis.
Nice to meet you, Travis. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
Make a new friend based solely on their shirt choice. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
If you shout, "How about them Cowboys?" you have that undeniable passion that's the heart of Cowboys Nation. And if you like to drink Dr. Pepper, you love the unique blend of its 23 flavors. Together, your one-of-a-kind fandom paired with the one-of-a-kind taste of a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper is the game day lineup that can't be beat. Better yet, gather your Cowboys and Dr. Pepper fan friends to watch the next game and crack open a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper for everyone. The wins will be even tastier. It's a pepper thing.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you...
Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys, brought to you by Black Rifle Coffee Company, the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys.
Get you some.
Need a little extra coffee today.
I think I'm going to go get some coffee on Monday.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I'm going to wear my Cowboys merch and go to Black Rifle and get myself 10% off my
How much?
order. 10% off.
10%.
But you couldn't do that if you wanted to get like a T-shirt or like a bag of coffee or anything, right?
You could do it for anything.
Anything.
Any item inside that store is 10% off if you wear Dallas Cowboys merch on the game day, baby.
I'm taking this chair. 10% off, right? No.
Do it.
Don't do that. Don't do that. And please don't tell them Talking Cowboys sent you if you steal furniture.
Just tell them we sent you. And then be like, they sent me.
Yeah, they sent me. And they'll be like, what the hell are you talking about? All right. Alan in Phoenix is on Talking Cowboys. What's going on, Alex? Or Alan. Sorry, Alan.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, man, honestly, like you said, hope is not a strategy, so I'm being optimistic. But every day, after every week, it just becomes a little less, a little less, a little less. It's all good, though. I'm a huge fan of the show. It's my second time calling.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Patrick, I love your live tweets. They keep me, honestly, really into the game because I feel like I understand a lot more. Honestly, ever since I started listening to the show, I've just been, been understanding football a lot more and been more in tune with the game. And honestly, I don't even know what to say, man. This defense is atrocious. I mean, it's rough. I don't know. I wanna be on trade for players and stuff right now, but man, I don't know. I really got much to say. Just want to say I'm a big fan of the show, and hope you guys have a good day.
Thanks, Alan.
Appreciate you calling, buddy.
Appreciate you calling.
He sounds so defeated, and I get it.
No, he does. He's like, I love the show. I love listening to you guys, but man.
He is so tired. But so are so many fans. They're just, all you can do now is hold on to the optimism that you have, which is that, yes, we understand, and we can't say this enough, Dak Prescott and the offense had a bad day at the office. So if you're going to criticize him in that framing. But to say that the offense is a problem and you're worried about it going forward, stop that. Yeah. The defense is the problem. The defense is who you have to worry about going forward. And the defense is who you need to throw something at, whether it be a trade and or free agency. Just do something. If you're on the train of thought that you can still salvage the season, you got to do something. You can't just stand pat.
Let me just say that, granted, we're not here criticizing the offense very much. It was a bad day at the office. It was the worst time to have a bad day at the office.
Yeah, it was bad.
But they've criticized themselves. I mean, Dak Prescott was talking about it in his post-game presser about, he said, I was pressing. Mm-hmm. That is never good for Dak Prescott to be pressing.
Right.
That throw to Jake Ferguson, Kyle was very obviously opinionated about that throw.
I hated that throw
at halftime, and understandable because he was pressing.
And he broke it down too. He said he thought the seam would be open over the top, and it's the corner played closer to him than he thought. And I was like, "That's pressing. That's the example of pressing. All you got to do there is throw it to the boundaries and get you 3 points, and you're down by a 2 possessions with the ball.
Go make a 70-yard field goal, man. You got Brandon Aubrey right there.
I think the problem is number one, and I said this yesterday, don't ever throw that ball again.
Yeah, don't.
That being said, I see the thought process. I think he won't say it publicly, which is fine because he's a leader in the locker room, but we can say it. When you when you don't trust that your defense can get a stop, you know for a fact you can't trade field goals for touchdowns.
100%.
So even though you got 3 in your back pocket, you're probably going to press. And then what makes you press more is the fact that your protection was simply not there, right? So also quick news and note, sounds like Cooper Beebe is going to be back this week per Stephen Jones to 105.3 The Fan. He said he believes Cooper Beebe will be back. So at least you get some reinforcement there. But the biggest thing is this offense, I feel confident in saying they will not have too many more bad days at the office.
No, it's going to happen.
The defense, though, I don't know if they have another good day at the office in them. When you look at the gauntlet that awaits them coming out of the bye, this is why the Cowboys needed to stack as many wins as possible going into the bye week. Because coming out of the bye, that's pretty nasty work waiting for you.
Yeah, you've gotten beat so far by Jalen Hurts, which is understandable, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, Bo Nix.
Jesus.
Those are the 3 quarterbacks you've been beaten
Who's
by.
to come? Who's to come?
Yeah, well, this week it's questionable. It's going to possibly be Kyler Murray. They think he can play, but if not, it's Jacoby Brissett. But then you've got Geno Smith, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Jared Goff, whoever the hell the Vikings are going to play in December. I don't know what's happening with their spot situation right now. Justin Herbert, who's having a career year. Maybe you get a healthy Jaden Daniels, and then you'll have Jackson Dart for the first time. So it's definitely, I mean, it's that stretch where it's Eagles, Chiefs, Lions, Vikings, Chargers, bang, bang, bang.
Just end the show, dude. That was a terrible. That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
You lost the
Yeah,
the smile on Josh's face is such a psychological thing, right? It hurts so bad that your mind doesn't know how to process the pain anymore. So now you just start smiling and laughing.
Can you read that list one more time, please?
Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, and Bo Nix.
Good God.
Now you want me to read the list that they've beaten?
Please.
Russell Wilson.
Narrowly.
Jaden
Super Bowl champion. All right.
500 yards.
Jaden Daniels and Justin Fields.
He was in the NFC Championship last year.
Yeah.
They did beat up on Jaden.
Who was the last one?
Jaden Daniels. And Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. Oh, yeah.
Fields was
they tied with Jordan Love.
Yeah.
So that was
Hey, Justin Fields won a game last week.
Yeah, I don't know.
He did. I mean, at the end of the day, it's what we're saying is you needed the first half of the season to have as many wins as possible, because what comes to you after in the second half of the season is just the nastiest of work when it comes to your schedule, which is another reason why you have to do something if you're trying to salvage this season at all. Now, in doing something, does that mean that you magically turn to, a 9-win team? I don't know. But I do know that standing pat on what you have when you see what you have is the worst in the league as far as defensively, I just don't see how you do that and then look, Brian Schottenheimer in the face and say, yeah, we're trying to set you up for success in year one.
Yeah.
There were moves that were made that you could look Schotty in the face and say that, George Pickens being one of them, right? Mm-hmm. Solomon Thomas being, to a lesser degree, but that kind of addition, right?
Yeah.
But if you fly through the trade deadline without making a move, Javonte Williams, absolutely Javonte Williams, because we believe in Javonte.
That was a sadder clap today.
It was, because he didn't get as many opportunities as he should have.
Carries.
Right, 13 carries in a homecoming to Denver. You should have let him just run that game. There's no reason to not.
Nick had a good point yesterday. He was talking about, he's like, at one point in the offensive huddle, they should have said, hey, remember they let you go and they didn't want you anymore? Anyways, we're going to run it up the middle.
Give him the ball. The freaking ball.
Yeah.
So, let him do his Marshawn Lynch impression. Like, sometimes you just got to run through a blank's face. Should have let him run through their face.
Should have let it happen.
Yeah, trade deadline is coming. Do something.
1 week from today, it's going to happen. Next Wednesday, we're gonna go Talkin Tuesday, trade deadline edition, and then Wednesday we're gonna be like, wow, they did something, or here we go.
Or they did nothing.
Buckle up, everybody. We're going into the bye week.
Nothing. Quick shout out to Benjamin Perez. I caught you in the first half of the chat. What do I know about Demon Slayer? Stop it, son. The movie. Check out the movie. It's one of the best anime movies I've ever seen in my life. That was just random. I had that filed away because I wanted to give him props for knowing about demons.
Kyle, what's the last movie you watched?
The last movie I watched? It's been a minute.
Was it the horror movie that you saw in Denver? All righty then.
That'll do it.
That's it for
Speaking of slaying demons.
The title was 44-24, the final. That's going to do it for us here on Talkin Cowboys. For Patrik Walker,
yes, sir.
Josh Rodriguez, Chris Beam in the back, I'm Kyle Youmans saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow with more Talking Cowboys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!